Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sitting in the front.
Don't worry about it. All right, let's start this puppy. Welcome to Rick's Corner. As you guys know, I'm Rick Drasin, and I have this shirt that was given to me about 2 or 3 years ago with all of us guys from the gold back in the golden era, and I wore it today and everybody wanted to buy it off me. But it's not for sale. But my guest today is creative Galina from Russia, who I met in the gym, and we became fast friends because we both have creative sides to us that parallel each other. We can both write with our right and left hand at the same time.
Ambidextrous?
Yeah, I mean, I can write my name this way and this way at the same time.
I can do it this way and that way.
So we just started talking about things that we do, and it was really fascinating. She's in awesome shape as a bodybuilder, but she's not just a bodybuilder. I mean, this woman could be a fitness model. She can be anything she wants. That's how well she's built. But that's just a small part of it. Being creative with your body and it's sculpting your body, if you take it to other levels, you can be creative with anything. And she makes jewelry. She just made me these little earrings that it just made my heart pump so much. I'm so appreciative of it because I wanted these for a long time, and it was just really nice of you to do that.
And you know, out of all the jewelry pieces, when I found out that you have your ears pierced, I'm like, this is it. This is it. Like,
my ears are really heavy right now.
Nice.
But it's just the tip of the iceberg of what she makes. She sent me a picture of her studio. She has every tool in the world, and I was thinking, I have every tool in the world in the garage if I could just organize it better. So
it's kind of funny. Like, we're like a female male identical.
Yeah.
Right?
We just came right down the same path with the same stuff. So we decided to do a show, and we'll talk about it. She wanted to interview me too, which I said, that's fine. And here we are today, and we're going to start this as we started already. So Galina.
Yes.
You're from Russia.
Yes, and it's kind of funny. I'm from Russia, but I still have an accent. But I've been living here for 21 years, so I'm kind of like a washed-out Russian.
I like the accent.
Yeah, it's still there. It's kind of like hard to lose it after being grown up.
I have an American accent.
Yeah, like you. Sometimes I really. It's okay. I made my peace with my accent.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Arnold still has this too. But I grew up 105 miles north of here, which is Bakersfield, which is Nashville West. It's all country western stars. I had a band there. And my accent, I didn't know I had an accent until I went to do wrestling in the South, and they interviewed me, and I had this little twang in my voice. So I didn't know I talked like that. And then finally it went away. So I lost mine.
That's
okay.
Listen, how did you grow up? I listened a little bit about your story, but it's fascinating how people's life getting opened up to the fitness world. It's like a God-given path. Everybody walks into it like uniquely and one of a kind. How do you?
You never know where your path is going to go unless you start out on it. And you can take a path, and there might be a Y in the road, and you might take that path, or you might take that path. Mm-hmm. But whichever one you choose, you're going to have something, and you're going to accomplish. Had I not taken that and taken that path, I don't know where I'd be because I never took it. Mm. But I was going through my garages, and finding all these old historical things I've done with my life, and heads I made, and things I've kept with ads and muscle and fitness and all this stuff. And I found letters to my parents when I was in the Army, and I must have been a real jerk because every letter says, "Mom, Dad, I'm getting out soon. I want a car. Get me a Corvette. Get me a Corvette." Every letter said, "Get me the Corvette. Did you get the car yet? Did you get the car yet? Did you get the car yet?" And I thought, boy, I was such a jerk. I can't believe I did this. But I did find one letter to my mom and dad, and I said, "Look," and this is not me at all. I didn't even know why I said this. "I'm coming out of the Army. I'm coming home. I have no clue what to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do. I need your help. I need you to talk to me and tell me what direction I should go, because I'm clueless, and I've been in the Army this time, and they take care of everything for me. I know what to wear. I know what I'm going to eat. I know what I'm going to do. But that's not me. I need to do something else. I don't want to work for an office. I don't want a regular job. I was in a band playing, and I would deal with Capitol Records. I lost my band members because I was gone. I don't know what to do. So when I get out of the Army, I want to talk to you." So I saw that, and I saw the letter, and I thought, well, I got out of the Army, and I came home. 2 months later, my father died. My mother moved in with my grandmother, and I never was able to have that talk.
Right.
So there was nothing that they helped me decide that I had to do it on my own. And so rather than crawl in a hole, I decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do something. I started bodybuilding again. I started competing. I won a couple of small shows, working out the YMCA, playing in a band on Friday and Saturday nights for money, because back in those days, you could actually play for high school dances and make $20, $30.
Oh, cool.
And that that's a lot of money back in the 60s. I mean, you'd get a burger for a quarter. Gas is 17 cents a gallon. The movies were a quarter. You could go out on a date and spend $6. I'm telling you, I bought a car for $400. It was nice. So what happened was, like, a lot of people, they don't know what to do, where to go. My friends came home from college, went back to Bakersfield, and they ended up selling cars or real estate. That wasn't really what they wanted, but they wanted to feel safe in the bubble in a small town. I wanted to be in a big town. My mom says, why don't you move to Los Angeles? You've always loved Santa Monica and Venice. Move down there and start your life. I said, okay. I looked through the paper for jobs. I looked for Gillette. I looked for this company, that company. I applied for Kellogg's cereal as a salesman. Not that I wanted to sell cereal, but they give you a car, an expense account, and decent money. So they hired me, and they brought me down to Torrance, which I then moved to Santa Monica later. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. I was wrestling at night, and I told them they didn't want me wrestling.
What age were you?
21.
21, still baby, right?
I'm still a baby
right
now.
after army, right?
I'm a baby now.
Seasoned baby.
I had started wrestling in 65 after my father passed away in 63, and my mom says, I don't think you should be doing that. Of course, mothers are like that.
Right, she's protective.
My grandmother was from Austria, and she's old school. You can't do that, you shouldn't do that. She didn't speak English real well, but I said, it's something I want to do. Then when they saw me on TV, they were very proud of me.
Yeah, they believed that you're something special now.
Then they came to a live show one night, and I got thrown out of the ring and cut my leg open, and I never came back. They didn't want to see it. All right, so I moved to LA, and I had that job, and I was wrestling at night, and about a year later, I quit the job. I said, I'm just going to wrestle. This is what I'm going to do. And then I walked in the Gold's Gym. I met Arnold. We started talking about stuff. And a few weeks later, we got asked to do a Chevy commercial.
Oh, how cool.
And so they took about 7 or 8 of us down to the beach called Heavy Chevy. You had to lift the car in the air. It was on a crane.
Right.
Made $1,000. Joined Screen Actors Guild, which was you needed to do at that time, $300. Got myself an agent, and pretty soon I'm starting to get commercials and movies and TV shows. Still wrestling 5 nights a week, making $30, $35 a night, which sometimes 50. And I was happy.
Yeah,
I'm living on the beach. I'm living on the beach. I got an apartment down there, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath on the sand, right off the sand for $165 a month. And food wasn't expensive. I mean, like the nicest restaurant, the nicest restaurant on the coast in the marina, or down on the beach was the Chart House or Chuck's Steakhouse. You get a full teriyaki steak meal for $6.95.
Oh my God!
With a salad bar and bread.
Nice.
So that enabled me to do things I wanted to do. And then in '73. Ken Waller and Arnold said to me, look, we need a t-shirt. They knew I used to doodle on napkins. I'd draw pictures of people and hand it to them. We need a design for the gym. They said, what do you want? They said, I don't know, like some bodybuilder, like a Mr. Clean. And I said, it's really funny because I always wanted to shave my head. So I drew the Mr. Clean on a napkin. We took it to a printer. He printed some shirts. They took it to the gym, and they sold out the first 2 hours. So then they printed more and more and more, and I had my signature right by the foot. And it took off, and I didn't get a dime for it. I didn't ask for money. I did it as a favor. So I thought, well, I'll do other designs. So I did Bodybuilder, Stay Hard Longer, and then there's a snatch lift for weightlifters. I had nothing feels as good as a nice snatch lift. And Muscleheads had more meat, and I had them in magazines. Muscular Digest, Iron Man, some of those for $100 a month, and I started selling T-shirts. Had a guy in Venice printing them for me, and I'd pick them up, bring them home, package them, and send them out. And then my son was born, and we were living in this 2-bedroom apartment. I had to use the side of his room to store all the shirts. Well, that went on for a while, and then Joe Weider comes down to the gym one Sunday, and he takes us to lunch. He says, Rick, he says, you got some great designs. Why don't you advertise in Muscle and Fitness, my magazine? I said, I can't afford it. It's like $800 a month. He says, don't worry about it. I'll have the art department make up your ad. You just pose for my products and do photo shoots and do some articles, and you'll have a free ad. So I did.
It's like a new generation. You promoted stuff for him, and he plugged you in his social media.
Well, social media. But there was no internet then. There was no computer. There was nothing. It was all magazines.
Print,
People write a check, and they send it to you with a tear-off little coupon. Well, he says, my magazine, Muscle and Fitness, with all the guys in there, is like a mail-order catalog. It has T-shirts. It doesn't have T-shirts, but it has articles, and it has routines and stuff like that. I think Arnold had a T-shirt in there. So I started doing it, and I swear, the money started coming in. Then I bought this house that you're in here now, and I opened up my garage and made all my silk screening equipment because I want to job it out. That's
what I love about you. I think, like the bodybuilding history is fascinating. Like it's a career, it's amazing. But what fascinated me about you is a bundle of creativity within you. That it just was amazing to find out like how open you are to it, how welcomed you are it, how you made it flourish through your life and through your career without suffocating. Because a lot of people, creative people, they always have a hard time to surrender to it. They know they're creative, but they're afraid of it. Even for me, I surrendered to my creativity 100% with my dumbbell jewelry. And I surrendered to it after I saw my six-pack. When I realized, like, oh shit, if I can have six-pack, I can do absolutely anything I can.
Yeah.
And I believe the same way in my jewelry, and I started the company.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I took a chance. I stepped outside the box.
Yeah.
There was a guy printing my shirts in Venice, and it would take me a week or two to get them back. And I said, I need them now. I can't wait that long.
Right.
So I bought random equipment. I built a light exposure box. I bought a dryer. I made my own screens. I shot my own screens, hosed them outside in the bathing suit so I get some sun while I'm doing it. And I'd print my shirts, put them on shelves, advertise them, package them, take them in big bags to the post office, and mail them out.
That's exactly what I do with my jewelry right now. The jewelry started the same way. I had a master jeweler that was holding me sometimes 2-3 weeks for the finish it. And I said, you know what? I'm done with this stuff. I got myself from all the money that coming in, instead of spending it, or I put it straight into production. The soldering table, polishing equipment, like everything. And the video that I sent you yesterday, that's pretty much what I did everything, because I'm sick and tired of people delaying me with my vision.
Well, that's the problem, because you want to get stuff out on time so people reorder.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I would take a flyer and put it in every package that reorder has. You get a discount. You know how that works. But you learn business, and I did that for 10 years out of my garage.
Right. That's a long time for
and they kept raising their rates, but they never raised my rate. And then I changed designs around, but I will say that I added up. I kept track of everything I sold throughout the year. Every year I averaged at least $80,000 a year in sales.
Wow.
And that's out of my garage selling stuff and just collecting checks.
Right.
And then I had people come in from Europe and France and Italy, and they'd buy like $10,000 worth of shirts and clothing, and I'd ship it out to them. But then I took it to another level. I started my big boy line, which was boat neck t-shirts or baggy tops and baggy pants with my big boy design on it. And these gyms wanted it. They wanted to sell it.
Right.
And so I had that for a while. Then someone came in from another country and copied my logo and called it Big Boys, because you're always going to get that.
I was just talking about copyrights.
Yeah, people copy, and you can't stop them.
Yeah.
You can't stop the ones from the other countries.
This is an artist. A lot of people, they look at me like, oh, how can you make jewelry? I'm like, no, I'm an artist. I'm manufacturing each piece by hand. Nothing getting produced in China. Like, you wait for 2 weeks because I make it. That's why.
Right. I mean, if you get really big, then you have to go to China and do it. But I didn't want to be that big.
No.
I wanted to be in control of everything.
I want to be big, but I truly believe, like, in our country, we have so many great artists that deserve to stand out and produce what you say. If more people have believed in our production in manufacturing in US, we can bring it back and disconnect China from all this nonsense.
That's true. You just have to have the manpower to do it.
Yeah, especially artists who truly work with their hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's a job. It's a job for one person. You know, sit out there and print and package and go to the post office every day, and then hit the gym, come back, print.
That's me. You're talking about my life.
But then I'm watching 2 kids at home. I had my 2 kids, 4 and 6 years old. No, they're 3 and 5.
I have kids too. I have 2 chihuahuas, massive.
I know, but I had boys with diapers and stuff and bottles that I had to take care of.
Oh,
but I did it. I worked it out, so I did it, and then that went on, and then I went into something else, airbrushing, and I started doing tattooing, and then I started jobbing out the shirts.
You did tattoo too?
I did tattooing for 8 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's my own. I did that one myself, and then I had my son do that one with a single needle.
You used to have your equipment and stuff.
I have it all in the garage. Yeah.
I think I want a tattoo.
You know, I got okay at it, but you keep getting people over at odd times, and you start getting these gangbangers and more of their friends from East LA, and I said, I don't want these people in my house. I'm going to get ripped off.
Yeah, you just look not.
And then people cry and it hurts, and then you don't know. I don't know. It's like I didn't want to do it anymore.
You know, it's like with any business, you have to build your crowd. You know, like a lot of artists, they're so hungry for money, so they grab whatever is possible. But when I went to school as a graphic designer, I met up with very famous graphic artists who redesigned Grey Goose bottle vodka, and he did KFC chicken, I think, the restaurant, right? He redid the logo. And he said to me that with this business, he said, it took me for a while to stand my ground and choose the customers I want to work with.
Yes, of course.
And now he have those people that he loves working with. He cherishes it. But I believe it, like a lot of people have a hard time to disconnect from unwanted crowd.
It's hard, but you have to be selective. Just like outside, you saw my wrestling ring. I've been training people in that ring for 25 years.
Yeah.
A lot of the WWE superstars are trained there, but then you get those who will never make it, and they think they can. They can't. They can't afford it, but they want it for free, but yet they won't go to a gym and get in shape. And I got to the point like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Unless you're going to make the effort yourself, I can't help you. You got to help yourself too.
It's true. You have to help
It's
yourself.
just a lot of work, and you take bumps in that ring and they hurt. And I've got tons of injuries, and they think that they can come for a week and a half and go to WWE and make a fortune. Look, I'm a superstar, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how much work goes into being an athlete. And one thing that fascinated me, how you were a business person and an athlete. And this is where, as a rookie, I'm finding out the difficulties for me, because on Tuesday when I did the legs,
Yeah.
I wanted to cry for my mom. I want to call 911.
I saw that. I saw you. You were having a difficult time.
I was like really beaten up, and that day I took it easy. I did some production, but I did not stress out about it. But this is where I'm facing, like, how can you continue moving with your regular life after
If you can commit to your workouts as an athlete, then you can take that and commit to anything.
Yes.
And Schwarzenegger proved that. He became the best bodybuilder in the world, and then he became
businessman.
a businessman. Then he became the biggest draw, not the best actor, but the biggest draw. Made the most money.
Right.
And then he became a governor. How hard is that?
Yeah.
So if you have that commitment, and you do, and I do, and I know we do, because at this age now I still commit myself. I even commit myself to the way I eat. I don't eat like normal people. It pays off. And I'll tell you something else.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll tell you guys something. I'll be 74 in July. I went to my cardiologist 2 days ago, and he gave me a complete test. Now, I was in the hospital 2 years ago with congestive heart failure and pneumonia because I had a bacteria in my lung that I breathed out of a bad oxygen machine out there full of rat droppings and dust. That's the only reason I had it. Went down to 197. My testosterone dropped to 96. Anyway, I came back. I gained the weight back. I'm 224 now. This guy's a top-notch cardiologist. He checked all my levels. My heart's strong. My lungs are clear. My cholesterol is 166, which is really nice and low.
Yeah.
Blood pressure 120 over 80. And everywhere down the line, kidneys, liver, all that stuff, function was all 100% right. And it's because of all the years that I've committed to take care of myself.
Right.
And for you people out there, and the younger guys too, take care of yourself. It pays off in the long run. Yes, I have injuries from heavy weights. Yes, I have arthritis and sore joints. But that's not going to hurt. That's not going to kill me. All the organs inside are working properly. And that's from really watching my diet and training. I train moderately but hard.
I totally believe that our spirit lives in this vehicle that the God bless you with.
Yes.
And that body, it's your job to maintain it so you can be productive. You have to get enough sleep so you can fulfill your purpose through the daytime. You have to maintain and be healthy so you can have a clarity of mind and be there for the bigger purpose. And a lot of people, which is kind of like sucks, they don't really understand that connection of mind and body and soul. That is like the biggest puzzle. You have to maintain you don't have to be like a like a hardcore bodybuilder and going all the way, but you have to be healthy in a way that your organs are functioning, your blood is floating, you have oxygen in your lungs, your brain operates better when you maintain your body. When you nourish your body, you nourish your brain. It's beyond amazing how clear you are at the age of 74. Go meet up another 74 who's at the same age, who did not work out much.
Yes.
People can't even make two words together, and you see that like emptiness in their eye, like they're ready to go already somewhere.
Well, the doctor told me, he says, you're like a 30 or 40-year-old.
Yeah.
Your normal is your normal. It's not the normal of the average guy.
Right.
And you have a lot of energy, and you go all day, and you do your stuff like a 30-year-old, and you don't tire out. I said, no, I get tired. He says, well, you can get tired. That's normal. But I have guys 50, 60, 70 years old in there, and they got one foot in the grave. They're nothing compared to you. Nothing. He says, so whatever you're doing right. I said, I just do what I do. Right. And I believe 100% in what I do. And I used to always reference a snake. If a snake is crawling down the road and his head is going, his body's following. So his head is always alert, always knows where it's going and what it's doing. Same with our head. Our head leads our body.
That's just word of wisdom.
True.
That I just... I'm speechless. It is so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. Early in the morning, I had a conversation with a young lady, and I've noticed she's a little bit like a haze in her eyes, that she's not present. Mm-hmm. And I said, girl, you need to wake up. You need to be present. Every single step have to be for purpose. Every single step have to be with the 100% of yourself. Whether you're talking to somebody something important, whether you're doing something not important, you have to be present.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Your mind tells your body what to do, and as like I said, the snake's the same way. You get up in the morning and you go to the gym, and I've said this before, sometimes I get up in the morning like this morning and I'm so stiff I can hardly walk into the bathroom and I think, oh my God, I don't want to feel like this. And then I talk to guys 20, 30 years old, they tell me the same thing. Yeah. By the time you come in and you eat breakfast and move around a bit and walk the dogs, and I get to the gym, I'm ready to go.
That's exactly how I feel. This is where I'm fighting, like, how can I be in the physical production and be an athlete that I wanted to be? Because the time where I should have rest and relax a little bit, like, I have stuff to do, so I get home just like you, I do my thing, take the dogs out for a walk, take a 5 minutes break, an hour break after the gym, and hit my production studio.
No, I rest at night. I mean, from 9:30 on, I rest at night. I have to be there on the couch watching.
Oh, I'm in bed like 10 years old, 9 o'clock.
I watch a movie, then I go to bed and put the TV on around midnight.
Yeah.
And I don't watch it, but the sound puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
And I also found for a lot of you out there that calcium magnesium tablets, calcium magnesium really relax your body and your nerves. So I've been taking those every night, and I'm just out like a baby, and it's all natural.
Nice. Do you take any vitamins? Like what kind of vitamins?
Well, I take digestivase, I take folic acid, omegas, vitamin D, which I have to take, and amino acids and basic stuff like that.
Yeah, the basic stuff. I think a lot of people, they don't even take that. They take omega-3s and everything, right?
Yeah, I do twice a day.
No, you see? I think a lot of people don't realize it too, that you have to maintain your body from the molecular level as well too by taking
well, the omegas are good for your joints.
Yeah, for brain and everything, for eyes.
I take brain pills too.
You take brain pills? Good.
Yeah, they're not called brain pills.
B12
well, I take
vitamin,
B12,
yeah.
but there's a specific vitamin that actually nourishes your brain.
Nice.
And I read my sheet on the blood, and it said mine was 136, averages of 101. So I said, I must have a lot of brain power going on there.
Yeah.
Something's happening. But I like
Something's happening.
I get ideas, and I'm sure a lot of you out there have ideas to do something with your life. And sometimes at night I'll get something creative going, and I think, oh my God, I got to remember that by tomorrow. So I have to put it on my phone, otherwise I'll forget.
Do you make notes, or you just put it?
I just do a voice thing on my phone.
Oh, nice.
And then in the morning I'll do it under notes.
Right.
And then I can continue, because by the time I wake up, I'll forget what I was thinking
That's
about.
a genius idea. I think a lot of creative people, we like to think, we like to brainstorm, we like to think. And just last night, I had exactly the same situation. I was thinking like, when I wake up, I'm going to do this, and guess what? I forgot.
You forget.
I should have left a voice.
You forget.
I should have made a voice memo.
Yes, you forget, and it's really frustrating, because I really want to remember what it was, and then maybe 3 days later it'll come to me. But it will have something to do about doing a subject.
Right.
But then I finally figure it out. But it's okay. But you're training. You train every day?
I train 6 days a week. I 2 years ago experienced horrible adrenal fatigue. Like the rest, I'm a kind of person, I have a hard time to identify my physical tiredness and the mental tiredness. Mentally, 24/7, I don't stop. But physically, I crush. Like I would go, and then when I'm finding out I'm very, clumsy, having a hard time to focus.
Me too.
Getting grumpy for no reason. I'm like, all right, this is like a red flag. Somebody's gonna die.
No, I get the same thing.
Right.
I'll be talking. I went to Starbucks yesterday to get some coffee around 5, and next time my eyes are just closing and I'm falling asleep. I said, why am I so tired? But then sometimes it's whatever in the air out here in LA. You get a lot of that dirty smog stuff.
But yesterday I went to the post office. I was so tired, and I gave the girl the envelope, and whatever I had to put in the envelope, I just put it on top of it. I'm like, take it. She's like, put it inside the envelope. I was like, I can do everything straight, right?
Yeah, it's difficult, but we get through it, and then tomorrow's a new day. So
how do you get through it? Like, this is like my question as an athlete. Like, I feel beaten up 24/7. This is like for the rest of your life, you're gonna be beaten up like that, right?
Bitten up or
like
beaten up?
Beaten up. You see
I get bit up by mosquitoes in there. I had one there for a week. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. I ask myself the same question. I'm sure a lot of you got people out there that train. You're tired all the time because you're always training your body.
Yeah.
And I told my doctor, I'm really tired. He says, I have what they call AFib, which is a irregular heartbeat.
Right.
And he says, that's probably 30% of it. That can wear you down. Does it bother you? I said, I don't know that I have it. But he says, well, you've adjusted, your mind adjusted to it, so you don't know but you have it. You just don't feel it. But that can wear you down. He says a number of things throughout the day, stress, and I'm not really a stressful person, but mentally things wear me down if I have to do something. And if I want to get in the car and go somewhere, it's like, do I really want to get in the car again? Or the traffic in the city wears me down.
Right, I believe it. It's tiring. Like LA is a very big city, and a lot of people don't realize that LA is a huge city in 24/7 driving.
Yeah, and it's difficult. But I mean, a little 10-minute nap sometimes at my computer helps me.
No, that's true. Power naps are
if I do more than 10 or 15 minutes, then I'm dead for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you'll sleepy for the rest of the day, exhausted. Right.
But I just keep doing and drink a lot of water. You gotta drink a lot of water. And I do take my aminos and my protein. And I also found after my workout, somebody told me a long time ago that you need sugar after your workout because you expend the glycogen in your muscle.
Yeah.
So I've been buying 2 little gummy bears with my protein. I chew 2 of those just to see if it brings that level up. And so far, I can't tell.
It helps a lot. Sometimes when I feel like that day, when on Tuesday when I did the legs, like you just feel like you're like, oh, it's like the whole body drain. But the sugar restored me like in a heartbeat.
Right.
And that sugar after this kind of like intense workout, it doesn't even go anywhere. It just disappears through. You don't
get fat from it, no.
Yeah.
So what are your, I'm going to question you. What are your plans with bodybuilding? Are you going to compete?
You know what? It's kind of like a good question. I competed in 2012 for the first time. I did figure competition. Like, it was an amazing journey. It's definitely like discovering the human flesh. It's amazing because I'm coming from the background of eating disorder. As a teenager, I did modeling. Instead of my family noticing my creativity, I fall into the noticing my height and my face. You should do modeling, you should do modeling. So I fall into the modeling where 14, 15, 16, when the young female get developed, I had to fit into anorexic look with the rest of the girls on the runway who's naturally skinny. You know, we all have different bodies. You know, when people say, it's so true, we all have different bodies. Everybody have different, you know, some people carry more mass on top, on the bottom, the fat storage in the different areas, your DNA, your genetics, where you came from, where your granddaddy came from. It's so puzzle of your flesh, we're all different. So I try to starve myself to fit into it. So I faced my bulimia in the beginning of my 14, 15 years old. Then I fall back into it when I was 21, when I moved in here. So I went again, tried to do modeling, and I decide I need to drop a couple of pounds, and I fall back into again eating disorders.
Yeah.
Then when I went in my late 20s, around 25, 26, 27, I've gained the highest of 190 pounds. And everybody, oh, you're tall, you can carry this kind of weight. I'm like, no, I was bone, no muscles, and a lot of fat on top of it. And the tiredness, you know, it was very like difficult feeling to carry the extra weight. Even I wasn't obese, but kind of sexy full body. And for me, going through all of these experiences, I finally found my path, and I went to college as a graphic designer, and I decided, like, how can I trick myself into the fitness? I took kinesiology classes in the college, and because I was a straight A student with 4.0 GPA, I couldn't drop that kinesiology class because it would have affected my graphic design classes, right? So I tricked myself into sticking to those classes, and then I got into the membership, going into gym membership, going into bodybuilding.com, finding that, you know, like more trainings. And I met people through curiosity of the sport. Like, once you put your foot into something, the life will start revealing to you. As long as you love it, as long as you're passionate about it, everything will align to puzzle.
It will.
And aligned to puzzle that I competed in 2012, I did pretty good actually. I took second place on the first competition, but I jumped too fast on the second competition, and I've burned all the baby muscle that I've gained. Instead of taking the time out, take 6 months, build it, rebuild it, and compete it again, I got this like competition hype. And literally I just rest a little bit from the first competition. For the second one, I started burning myself out, and I burned mass that I built for that period of time. Then my business started, and Dumble Jewelry started flying worldwide, and I put my competing on the side. I kind of think I just have to stay in a good shape, and that's it. But as a workaholic and creative person, I fall into 12 hours of working. Like, I was in my studio 24/7. This was probably kind of like damaging my relationship in the marriage, because my husband was like, you're never home. I was in my studio. Well,
I understand that. I go the same thing.
I remember 1 o'clock in the morning walking in downtown LA from my studio to home, you know.
I can understand that. It does damage it. You need to spend time with the other person too.
You know, and right now I realize that everything is a balance. Everything that comes into your life, it comes through passion, loving it, and the right timing. When you present, when you burned out, stressed out, you will miss opportunity by slaving yourself.
Yeah.
And I believe in life that things will happen to you when you purely walking towards them with the pure intention, without any greediness, and just passion of what you love doing, and the door will start opening it up.
Happens every time.
Yeah, and this is right now I'm thinking, this year I want to manage of working in balance, training in balance, sleeping, resting in balance, and spending enough time with my dogs in balance.
Yeah.
And then maybe create some kind of extra space for the relationship if that's going to come along. But in this year, I don't know, look, I want to see what my body is capable of. Right now, after a timeout.
I saw you yesterday, and you had like magnificent abs sticking out there.
Yes, I do have a gifted abs that I never knew about it. If you would have told me when I was a teenager who struggled with eating disorders that I'm going to have the body that I have now, I would have never believed you.
No, you're ripped.
I would have never believed it. And now people come up to me, are you training? You're an athlete. I'm like, no, I'm a jeweler. The body is just reflection of what I like to do with it. And We'll see. If I will get on the right path, I might gonna do show in the end of the year, but it's in such a question mark where in the end of the day, I'm a creative, I'm a jeweler. The sport is just the part of me to exist, to be creative. The better I take care of my body, the better my mind operate to create more things out of my mind.
It'll happen if it's supposed to.
I think so too. It's what I've been supposed to. But I love the progress right now that I have. It's fascinating after 2 years of time out with adrenal fatigue and lower back injury. It's amazing to see how body blooming. I feel like I look even better than I looked in 2012.
You look great.
So my body right now, 5 years more mature. What? How about 2012? What are we right now? 2018.
I think we are.
So within 6 years of on and off with training, like my body is coming back in a better shape than I ever thought about it. So it's fascinating to me. Bodybuilding is like an art form.
Yeah, it does come back.
Yeah, the muscle memory is the witnessing the progress to see in 1 week of clean eating, and I love it. I think bodybuilding is so fascinating. It's such a like amazing craftsmanship where your body will bloom when you love it. The more if you're too hard on yourself, if you doubt yourself, if you're beating yourself up, how can your body deliver it to you when you not happy about it?
Yes.
It's kind of like a dog, right? With a dog, you have to praise your dog. Like a kid, you have to praise them about something good. You have to praise your body the same way. And we'll see. I might gonna compete. I just want to see where my body gonna deliver. I know the things that I need to develop to step on stage, and right now it's just gonna be a fascinating journey of living in my human flesh.
Okay, let me ask you one more question. Are you done with my questions?
No, I'm probably gonna pop up with more questions later.
Okay, because we're gonna finish this up in about 2 minutes.
Let's do it.
All right, but I want to know if people want to order from you.
Yes.
And they want your jewelry. Where do they go to order it?
DumbleJewelry.com. The easiest one.
That's it?
Yeah, DumbleJewelry.com.
Do you have pictures on there they can choose from?
Yeah, I have a beautiful collection. I have enough items for you to make up your mind.
That's awesome.
And I do take customer orders too, but the custom orders a little bit different.
It's a little bit different, of course it is.
Yeah, the custom orders is where like I prefer to get to know the person beside the budget and stuff like this. And
yes.
People don't realize that the custom cherish this item for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
To inspire next generation. I want my jewelry to be a Tiffany of the fitness world. When somebody look at the ring and say, yeah, my granddaddy, my mom taught me how to live this fit and healthy lifestyle. And I did it in style.
Yeah, you got some good stuff.
And
seriously.
I did it in style. So,
well, Galina.
Yes.
Thank you so much for doing this.
No, thank you so much for doing this.
And at dumbbelljewelry.com.
Right.
And it's the website where you want to go to order something. She made me these nice little dumbbell earrings, which I really like.
I can't believe it. Like I'm on the cloud 9 seeing my teddy dumbbells.
Yeah, this is so cool. And but that, we'll see you guys next time. So stay tuned for more Rick's Corners. I'm going to post some pictures of Galina that she's going to give me to put on the show. And we'll go from there.
Yeah. Later, guys.
Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interest as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.